So, I've been trying to reach the CIA for 10 years. The guys acting like I'm selling cocaine the whole time are probably child sex traffickers. They might just think they did 9/11 as a personal favor for Trump after they beat up his nephew, remove him from the official family tree because he's embarrassing or something. Trump's a real stand-up guy, though. They were gonna make him think he had to cooperate, and then they were gonna blame Mike Pence, and then they were gonna kill Whitey some more. Ended up doing that anyway, didn't they? Doctor. They were gonna blame Mike Pence. They were gonna say I testified, but I've never been allowed to testify. Why they would have been involved in the first place. The day before September 11th, 2001, then Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld reported the loss of $2.3 trillion just got up. Nobody saw anybody come in or out. It was magic. If you're pretending to think the internet is a series of tubes so you can blame a PFC in Louisiana for breaking NORAD without touching Quantico, you're a cultist. And I don't think that the Noble Assembly should be limited exclusively to information from cultists. I visited Washington, D.C. in person. I stayed at the mission. This was under Biden. And I tried calling the Secret Service, the FBI. I visited the Hoover building in person and tried to report it to a uniform just to rule out the possibility of it being exclusive, nothing but homos and fucking retards from where I am to there. It's obviously something to do with the internet, which is built on phone networks. We've had phones for a while. Still can't figure those out either. How could a network of clandestine child sex traffickers insinuate themselves into our airtight system? It must have been that 6-year-old. Get him! As I said, I've never been allowed to testify in my own case. They tried to kill me before I found out about any of this. The corporation manages both sides of a conflict they created and then covers it up with a bunch of dingleberries thinking it was their fault. Idiot doctor is like, oh, he thinks they're blaming him. He has some kind of... I'm the one that was in the army. I've been trying to reach the CIA for 10 years. You know, being a fucking retard is a form of insanity too. Watch you don't get your ass locked up. Oil sheiks are like, oh, it'll be fine. Just let us rape the retarded ones. And they're using space programs to try to prove that they can rape whoever they want, rape their way into the national treasury through the White House nursery and blame Trump 40 years before he was elected.
Were a couple of trips to the hospital. In case you're wondering what happened here, I had just said, so Don, you say you're going to write a book. One of my greatest enjoyments is talking to the young men and women who defend us from attack. Here I am on top of the White House. And the soldier is explaining where he thinks the next book will come from. It's fortunate that not everything has been spilled in these books, however.
My philosophy is first, do no harm, or you're not a doctor. It's the definition. And then not all these other countries need to exist, Gandhi. If your job relies upon it being somebody's fault, like we have to hire a whole bunch of new people to pretend it was the previous guy's fault because of that guy, you're a cultist. Because otherwise it was our fault. Now, I happen to be of the opinion that the Central Intelligence Agency coincided with the repatriation of Nazi scientists. It wasn't founded by Nazi scientists. Humanity faced a new threat. It needed a new weapon. But reasonable people are watching MTV News stack cabinet upon cabinet since rocking the vote. We got to do something soon, news team. Uganda is over here following White House 6-year-olds around like, oh, he's definitely gay. Restaffing whole corporation. Oh, you can't afford to compete with us. It's a no-bid contract. All white people are gay to Uganda. It's called mitochondrial Eve. They mean to eat us. I don't know who in the Pentagon is like, he has to be gay. We can't risk an investigation. But I volunteered to go before a court-martial for the cavalry. You think you outrank the cavalry?